Right, and welcome back to part 5 of Mega Man X2. We're heading back to the X Hunter stages. This is where the stages start to get a little more complicated, a little more difficult. First off, we start with an underwater section, which just has all these fish flying around from everywhere, which I'm assuming was the inspiration for that underwater level in Mega Man 9's Fortress. I mean, I don't know. Could be. And these guys, yes, they can still reform even though they're not in a trash heap this time. That was maybe a bad idea, but it's okay. You just need to wait for it to go far enough and then you can slip underneath it. This time I can just slip underneath it. This time I need to wait on top here for it to come by. Then I can... Alright, that was good. Now with this one you have to do careful maneuvering when the platform comes back down. Thank you. Jump on top of it, but oh, there's these fire pillars, so in order to dodge them, you just cling onto the side. I don't mind that. Oh, give me a Crystal Hunter here. Give yourself the platforms needed to get across. You can get through there with Spin Wheel, but I don't care. It's not really anything worthwhile. There we go. Ooh, that double charge shot makes quick work of this guy. And we're already at the boss of this stage. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was one use to Giga Crash in this game. This boss is it. Because otherwise, you are going to be here for a very long, tedious time. Be sure not to fall. And remember, Giga Crash slightly propels you forward, so make sure that you're on you have good footing when you use it. So Surgees is in this giant machine. Using Giga Crash instantly gets rid of the like the turrets on the side of it. So now we've got this fight in the bag. Just stand here, face away from him, charge up, and the shots firing up will hit him. Otherwise, it is extremely difficult to hit him. I forgot the exact positioning on how to do this on my test playthrough, so my fight was very tedious. And his shots don't do nearly enough damage to be a threat. Okay, that time it just missed. There we go. Yeah, because remember, you have to hit... If you're using the boomerangs, like the normal boomerangs, or just any shot of yours, you have to hit Surgees directly in the head. Like, you can't hit his little car. That won't count. Possible. The prophecy must be fulfilled. So I suppose now is probably a good time as any to get into the discussion. Who is Surgees? You might think like, oh, he's an X-Hunter. He's the same as Agile and Violin. Like, what's the big deal? Multiple people have noted that I don't know where exactly it comes from because it's not really visible here. But maybe it's mentioned in the manual or something that Surgees is the one that's rebuilding Zero. Like, he's taking the parts, he's the one that's working on rebuilding it. That was sort of hinted at earlier on. Now, that's important because the X games later mention that both X and Zero are incredibly difficult robots to understand. Like, they're black boxes, as it's described. So, like, no one can understand how their internals work, and no one can properly replicate them. Which is really the folly of the entire series about... Oh, that was bad. About how Dr. Kane tried to rebuild X. That's what the Reploids are. But here's Surgees. He's capable of rebuilding Zero. He would do it if we didn't get all of Zero's parts back. So, who is he? Many people have stated that they think Surgees is Wily. I don't quite believe it, because it just seems kind of weird, but there's a lot of people that think that, and I mean, we don't have an answer. And this is a question that pops up again in Mega Man X6, except it's given even less justification there, because the character who people claim is Wily in that game is not given any plot significance. So, you don't know who in this game, you can just say, like, oh, Surgees is an X-Hunter. He's the same as any other X-Hunter. But when you get around to X6, that's no longer applicable because the character doesn't do anything in that plot. He doesn't have an identity. We'll get around to it when we get to X6. I hope we don't have to get to X6. Oh, no, I can. This part's always a pain. There we go, that was alright. Nope. I didn't wait long enough. Oh, too long. God. Okay, I need to stop charging a shot. I keep, like, sort of blanking out for a second. There we go. Because you have to carefully guide that platform up here in order to get up. And that's easier said than done. Oh, shit, no. I don't want to have to go back down. Go away. I just want that sweet health. Okay. Now, here is where the path diverges. Alright, thankfully the bats respawn. You gotta lure a bat over here and use the Crystal Hunter on him to get enough height to take this ladder. You are going to want to do this. Probably should have gone the other direction. Assuming you got all 100, assuming you've gotten every item, then you want to take this path. Well, because up here is our nice little special, thanks for getting everything. Now, let's see. Okay, that's the first hurdle cleared. I am surprisingly not good at doing this. Let's see what happens. First try, baby. Alright, so now slide down this wall. You're gonna have to slide down for a little bit, and then at some point this trail of dust disappears. And right up here is our final Dr. Light capsule. Wow, you are so cool. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Step inside for a special surprise. And as I alluded to earlier, there is a Street Fighter item in this game. The first game had the Hadouken. This one has the Shoryuken. This one is unfortunately not as good as the Hadouken. First off, maybe it's just me, but the button command's harder to pull off. You know, it's not just a blank quarter circle forward. It's, forward, down, down, forward. So it's harder to pull off. And then there's the fact that the range on it's weird. You're still limited by you have to be standing on the ground, you have to be at full health. You're still limited by that. But now you don't have the same attack range, so it's a lot harder to actually hit someone with it. However, there is at least one good use out of it. They give it to you in this stage, you use it in this stage. Because here is Agile. He's way up in the air. How do I hit him? Shoryuken! It's okay, it's fine. This cannot be! Master, avenge me! They knew you were going to do that. Now, if you were paying extremely close attention, it may or may not be visible, because I'm converting this from 60 to 30 frames per second just to save on time. But you may have noticed, when I hit him with the Shoryuken, it didn't instantly drain his health. It just quickly, pulled it down. And that's because the Shoryuken is actually not an instant kill. The Shoryuken it deals a lot of damage, but it's not instant kill. Unless you get a perfect shot, it's not instant kill. And I still have no idea what this capsule here is for. I don't get it. It's there, it's broken, you can't do anything with it. Boss rush time. This game brings back the Mega Man 2 style of just having a boss rush. Alright, let's see if I can get a good Shoryuken in. Oh, there we go. That worked perfectly. See, it works good on him because he starts the fight by climbing high into the air. And I somehow managed to hit him with the back of my body. But it's fine. Alright, that's one of them. Still have 7 more to go. Now we have Magna Centipede. Him, even if you're going to try and hit him with the Shoryuken, it's still a good idea to hit him with the Silk Shot first, just to break his tail off and limit his options. Okay, let's try it. Oh, okay, there it goes. I was hoping he would, not start with the shurikens. now we have to fight. Now we get a nice boring fight of, okay, keep teleporting away. I just fight him the exact same way I fought him the first time. I'll be honest, at some point in my age, I've just gotten really tired of Mega Man boss refights. I'm actually kind of happy. I was actually very happy when Mighty Number 9 just didn't have this. It just wasn't there at all, and I was very happy about that. Though I also now have the benefit of hindsight in saying that, you know what, maybe I don't like the boss rushes in these games. They're not as bad as when Devil May Cry tries to do them. Because the difference is, the boss fights in Mega Man don't take that long. Boss fights in Devil May Cry do. So when you have the part in like Devil May Cry 3 where you gotta fight like 7 bosses all in one room, it just takes forever. And there's also the fact that you have to refight Geryon in that boss fight, who in that boss rush, who's a really annoying fight, and I hate him. One more hit will take out Centipede. Thank you for getting away from me, just to prolong your death. Doesn't matter, you're dead. That's 2. Unfortunately, the problem with boss rushes is the fact that like a room full of boss rushes is a lot harder to talk about than, you know, scattered bosses. Let me up. And scattered bosses throughout normal stages. Most people would normally fast forward, but I kind of decided not to do that already. And now I've started and I can't stop. The only thing I have to do is I have to hope I can Shoryuken everyone. So here we go. I'll show off Shoryuken Morph Moth. There you go. That just instantly brings him to the phase where he metamorphoses. And there we go. And a second Shoryuken takes him out. I'm disappointed that there's not a trophy for Shoryukening a boss. Well, I guess getting the trophy for getting it in the first place is good enough. Now I'm going to keep climbing up after every fight because I want the health that respawns up here to fill up that sub-tank, because I don't feel like going back to Overdrive Ostrich's stage to grind. Now in here is Wire Sponge. He's unfortunately a very difficult one to Shoryuken. Oh, although he's rising right up into the air, so that's a good sign. There we go, thank you. Thank you for cooperating with me. You should see my fingers when I do a Shoryuken, like, on the D-pad. I just sort of, like, mash the bottom right corner of it. Because that's just sort of what it ends up looking like. And, you know, most of the time it surprisingly works. I don't know how, but most of the time it works. 30% of the time, it works 100% of the time. That's honestly the best way to describe it. Okay, we have Wheel Gator. He's another one that's really difficult to hit him with Shoryuken. So we instead have to rely on his weakness, the Strike Chain, which really does not deal that much damage. So I'm an idiot. First off, that was my own fault. And every time you hit him with it, he retreats back into the ground. So no matter what, this fight is just really tedious. Oh god, and then of course he can just immediately do it again and deny you the ability to attack him. Isn't that just fun? But I'll admit, I had a lot more trouble with this guy on my test playthrough. Like, for whatever reason, he was really hard, and I don't know why I was having so much trouble. I guess it's pretty obvious I'm not that good at X2, with everything you guys have seen so far. And I do want to throw this out there. I don't want to be like a Game Grump moment where I'm like, oh, this game sucks. Look at how bad I'm sucking at it. X2 is not a bad game. You know, it's still a pretty good game. It's definitely worthy of being a sequel to Mega Man X. It's just, in comparison to Mega Man X, my favorite game of all time, I think X2 is pretty lacking. I have no idea how I dodged that. And again, to be fair, nothing this game could have done would have lived up to X1, unless they somehow made another flawless game. X2 was always going to languish in the shadows of X1. But it's just the fact that, you know, like something like X4 exists, which is a better game than X2, and is actually a close contender for X1's title. Not, well, maybe not, because X1's title is the best game ever made. X4 isn't that good, but it is a very good game. The problem with hiding in the corner is that you can't really dodge those effectively, but then if you try and hide lower, then Wheelgator hits you. What the? Hit him. There's just no good way to do this fight. This fight's just always bad. No, rise back up so he doesn't hit shit. It probably would have just been faster to use my Buster. You know, when else am I going to use my weapons? Honestly. And do watch out for, like, when he spins into the wall. You can see in the bottom left that he created a little chip in the wall. That will hurt you if you touch it. So watch out for that. There's not too much else to say. The only reason why I find X2 so disappointing is just the fact that there are better games later in the X series that I'd rather play. Like, this is probably going to be a controversial statement, but I honestly like X3 more. It may not be a better game, but I enjoy playing it more. But, prolonging his death. I don't know what it is about X3 that I enjoy playing more. There's just something about it I find less boring. There we go. We finally beat Wheelgator again. Thumbnail for this part is just going to be a really giant Wheelgator. The thumbnail for every part should just be a Wheelgator slowly getting bigger and bigger. Wheelgator is all. Wheelgator is life. Wheelgator is our Lord and Savior. Where does he rank in comparison to the goddess of Coley Holly? I don't know. I'm creating a pantheon. I don't know why Overdrive Ostrich's stage is frozen now. I don't get it. Oh yes, that's not something this game missed out on. It didn't have the, like, you know, switching stages based on which bosses you beat. It doesn't have any sort of stage changes like that. Like, that's just totally missing from this game. Okay, this time it's hitting me, because I can't effectively dodge it when I'm this close to the top of the screen. Thankfully, it still deals no damage to me, so whatever. I have my computer right next to me while I'm recording this, and every once in a while I'll see, like, the Audacity recording, like, update, and it'll, like, jut forward a little bit instead of being smooth. That's how Audacity is. But every time it juts forward, it creates, like, a quick change out of the corner of my eye, and I keep thinking I'm getting an email. And I'm not. I already mentioned the email I got. The black between the weapon energy and the health is the same now. I'm very confused. I've also completely lost track of how many bosses we've beaten, so we'll just keep going. I can't get full health back, so I can't even try Shoryukening everyone. Who's next? Bubble Crab. He's not a good Shoryuken candidate. I think if you Shoryuken, you're immune to the spikes on the ceiling, which is good. That would suck if you hit him and then you just immediately died. But of course, you do have to watch out for that when you're trying to jump over him to get away from him. Oh, he almost ran back into the wheel. I was hoping, man. I was hoping. Ow, not quite a perfect dodge. Thank you. What the? Oh, right, that's an attack he has. I forgot about that. I think that's everyone. No, we haven't fought Crystal Snail again. Alright. So I guess it's just Crystal Snail now. It annoys me that you can see the, like the rest of the capsule appear on the corner of the screen before it finally goes away. Okay. Now I have full health, so I could Shoryuken him, except Shoryukening Crystal Snail is practically impossible. I'll try, though, for you. Well, that didn't work. Where is it? Magnet Mine. Oh, great. Now he's going to slow down. Oh, no. He's not going to do slow down time. Now he's probably going to slow down time. But I keep expecting him to do that, and then when he doesn't, it really makes me upset. Okay, now I've at least got him back in his pattern. Unfortunate. Okay, hold on. Okay, for some reason it's just Magnet Mine where the my background is different, and I don't get it. A little too late. Early. And now we get to the second part. Boom. Darn it. You just gotta... No, but it's impossible to time that when he slows down time. That won't kill him. Oh, that would have been amazing if that was perfectly timed. Not quite, but that'll do. And no, I don't know why he can slow down time. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright then, but that's all 8 Mavericks, beaten again. It's been a while, Mega Man X. What? Sigma! It seems that the X-Hunters have failed, but don't worry. I have arranged for some new toys for you to play with. Yeah, so Sigma's back. That, even back in when this game came out in 94, that shouldn't have been a surprise, because, 6 Mega Man games of Wily always being the villain. Yeah, huh. What are we doing back here? Yeah, for whatever reason, the final stage of this game is just the first half of Magnus Centipede stage again. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, because it's never mentioned in story, like, hey, this is the place that they were having their meetings. Yeah, whatever, I don't care. I'm not trying to get an item now. Though, of course, I'm willing to bet that it's not exactly the same stage. I am willing to bet that if you didn't grab the heart tank here, it's probably not there now. That would be amazing, though, if it was still there. But yep, other than that, it is literally the exact same stage. I can only imagine that this was just like a development constraint, that they ran out of time. Which is weird, because I've never heard anyone talk about, like, constrained development of, X2. It's always been, like, Mega Man 7. It didn't take any time to develop. You're looking a little different there, Zero. Shoulder pads? Look who I found wandering around, Mega Man. My friend here has a small problem with you. It seems that you let him die, and he's not too happy about that. Now I think it's time that he repays the favor. Is Sigma colorblind? Like, does he realize that this guy looks nothing like Zero? Like, he's black. He's wearing black armor. I like to think that Sigma realizes this. Like, he doesn't have anything to... this is his card. He's trying to play it, and he's trying to just pass it off. He's like, oh, look, X, this is Zero. Like, he knows it's stupid, but he's trying to pass it off in hopes that you're dumb enough to fall for it. Thankfully, the real Zero's here to take care of it. Sigma, you should have studied the blueprints closer. There is only one Zero. When 03 comes around, that's gonna be funny. Wait, Zero, I know your secret. You were destined to follow me. Maybe so, but I still don't like you. That is an awful line. Fine, if you will not follow me, then I'll watch you die again. So yeah, Zero has a saber now. That wasn't in the first game. Zero! Sorry to keep you waiting, Mega Man X. The greetings will have to wait. We've got to defeat all the Mavericks, including Sigma. I'll take out the main computer and you follow Sigma. Let's go! Now, despite the fact that Sigma went up, we need to go down. Here it is, X. Sigma lies just ahead. Now, it's worth noting, if you did not get if you didn't get all of Zero's parts, you would have to fight Zero there. I've never done it. I'm always such a completionist with these games that I always try and get the, I always get all of Zero's parts, so at some point I should just do a run where I fight Zero, because I've never done it. You are merely a bothersome insect, Mega Man X. It is about time that I crush you beneath my heel. So now we have Wolverine Sigma. I don't know if that's his name, but... Okay, well there goes my chance to Shoryuken him. However, Sigma's actually pretty easy in this game. I actually recommend using the Buster. I don't know if he has a weapon weakness, but the Buster honestly does pretty good. You're gonna take damage, of course, but honestly, it's not too bad. He doesn't deal that much damage, and the Buster's surprisingly good against him. Keeps batting me around, of course, but... I love that attack, by the way, because that's what the charged up electric spark in X1 would have looked like if I ever used it. So it's just like he's using his weakness. Damn it. I was standing inside of him, so I couldn't take another chance to Shoryuken him. Oh, nope, he's not dead yet. There we go. But of course, that's not it. You know, I guess you could say that the final boss of this game is a lot like X1 in that you fight Sigma's pet, and then you have to fight Sigma twice. Only difference is, this isn't so much of a fight. Wireframes! His weakness is Strike Chain. Why? I don't know, but... So this is the Sigma Virus. And he drops health for you, so ain't that nice? Well, he drops enemies that can drop health, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. He's not dropping much, though. And he keeps changing color every time I hit him. Or every time I deal enough damage to him. Okay, let me use another sub-tank. Let me try and pull off a Shoryuken again. Damn it. That's what happens. Thank you for the super easy pickings. Just, you know, you don't have to use Strike Chain to hit him, so that's fine. It's fine if I run out of it. Okay, but now he's on his last legs, because he's starting to teleport around. Alright, we'll just finish him off with the Buster. See, you can just damage him with the normal Buster. That's okay. Though, I can't seem to actually hit him. Stop doing that. Okay, where do I need to hit him again? You can also just do this, like, let him trap you. And then that you can score some quick hits in that way. Okay, I don't know why my shots are just bouncing off. I don't usually run out of Strike Chain. Come on, please die. I really do have no idea why this isn't working. There we go. But I beat him. Yes, I'm sure it is really over. For real this time. And then that blows it up. For some reason. Mega Man X, I have lost to you again. Each defeat only makes me stronger and serves to bring you closer to your ultimate doom. But something's not right. I don't quite understand. Why did Zero? He is last of the Doctor's creations. Ugh. So there's our first hint into Zero's origin. What is it? We're not going to know until X4. And then they're never meaningfully going to go into it, but at least X4 tells us. So I appreciate that instead of them just pulling it on forever, even if it never actually amounts to anything. Zero's the last of Wily's creations. We all know this. I don't mind the ending theme in this game. It's not as good as X1's, but, you know, it's honestly not a bad ending theme. And what exactly, what image do we have to celebrate the ending of this game? practically the same as X1's, except in a smaller window, and Zero's right there. Joined by his friend Zero, Mega Man X gazes out over the sea. There's no floating island crash this time, so that's nice. I still don't get that. Sigma has once again been destroyed, but X wonders if the fighting will truly end. Well, X8 exists, so I think you got a bit to go. Was Dr. Light's dream of a world in which Reploids and humans lived together in peace merely a dream? 6 o'clock. Oh. The price of peace is often high, X thinks to himself. There's a lot of blank space in this. Who or what must be sacrificed for it to become reality? I wish I could speed this up a little bit. And when the time comes, will he be able to do it? So this was the game where they started to really think about what the future of the series was going to hold. The future holds the answers, or what? It's going to hold an answer no matter what. The answer may be nothing, but it's going to be an answer. But this is where they started to think of the future of the X series, like where the story would eventually lead up, mentioning what, hinting at what Zero's origin would be, and starting to hint at the fact that someday X and Zero are going to have to fight. They don't outright say it here, but that is what they're building up to. And I love this ending because look at how slow X is driving. Like, that is so goddamn slow. Just gonna slowly cruise along the highway. Like, he ran faster than that in the first game. Old Robot, that's a great name. Morgan. I kind of like that, because it's also like more gun. Always good. Installer, Blecker, Road Riders, Jelly Seeker. I seek the jelly. Mail. Oh, Tuba Mail. The Switch type elevator, but we're playing this on the PS4. Oh, I love Sailor Moon R. That's great. I love that one. That had to be intentional. And now he's over here, and we get to see everyone's speed and power. Which, of course, in terms of Wheelgator, in true fashion of his mimetic power that I'm the only person to ever given him, leads to him having a power level of over 9,000. That is a very slow speed on Crystal Snail's part. And see, Wheelgator has power. There you go, see? It's all intentional. I don't know where they got that speed for Sergis. He does not move that fast. First off, he doesn't walk anywhere. And Neo Sigma has high power and speed. I guess that's his name, Neo Sigma. I'm sorry I just call him Wolverine Sigma. I think you all get it. And our power and speeds are unknown, because X is a variable that means limitless potential. And that is Mega Man X2. Thank you for playing. Presented by Capcom. Wait, where are the credits? Aren't there supposed to be credits? Like, the staff credits? No, okay, I guess we don't know who made this game. Okay, then. I could have sworn there were actual credits. Alright, I guess that's the end. Next is going to be Mega Man X3. See you there.